Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Brian, and this is the Nintendo 64, one of my all-time favorite consoles. And this is the Analogue 3D, a brand new FPGA device that allows you to put... I'm sorry. I don't have it. I was supposed to. It was supposed to get here by end of August, and I'm just kidding. Obviously, I don't have it. Nobody does. Analogue, as is their custom, has completely missed their promised delivery date of the Analogue 3D. This is not the first time they've missed a delivery date. It's not even the first time they've missed a delivery date on the Analogue 3D. This is just something that Analogue does. It is not unexpected, but it is unfortunate because if you are unfamiliar, Analogue is a company that builds really crazily fantastic devices that let you play original game cartridges of retro consoles on brand new hardware. So the brand new Analogue 3D that they have been working on for 4 or 5 years, however long now, will allow you to take actual, real, original N64 cartridges and plug them right in just like you would the original, and it will play it on a 4K TV with Bluetooth controllers and all the other things that come with it, which is fantastic, because until now you can only use the N64 on an HDTV either with a simple cable that converts it to HDMI and it looks terrible on the screen, or kind of a semi-pricey adapter slash upscaler thing that does like an okay job, or a really super expensive upscaler plus internal modding that requires very specific versions of the Nintendo 64 that does a pretty good job, but boy is it finicky, also super expensive, and you have to ruin the original hardware. All of that will be replaced for me with the Analogue 3D, but we don't have it. We won't have it until Analogue is done with, quote, the 1% that they have left to finish, which I don't know what that means. I mean, I don't design FPGA devices. I am not an engineer, so I don't know what the last steps, I don't know how hard it is to get it past the finish line. I can imagine it's extremely difficult. I would imagine that this is a Herculean effort, which hopefully is worth it in the end. Fortunately, they allow you to fully cancel and get a refund, but if you're canceling and getting a refund at this point because an Analogue device was delayed, I don't know what to tell you. That's just what happens to Analogue devices. They are known for 3 things. They make really great products. Those products are never delivered on time, and once they are delivered, they're never in stock. So that is why I pre-ordered, and hopefully soon, hopefully on the earlier side of Q4 and not the later side of Q4, we get that Analogue 3D so that I can review it. So the question you may have is, why am I making this video if I do not have the Analogue 3D in front of me? Well, it's because Analogue didn't just announce a brand new FPGA console, but also a wireless N64 Pro controller to go along with it. And that controller was to be designed in collaboration with 8BitDo, one of the absolute best third-party controller manufacturers ever to be out there. And when 8BitDo tells you they're going to deliver something, guess what? They deliver it. So here we are, no Analogue 3D console, but what we do have is the 8BitDo 64 Bluetooth controller, which, despite being made in collaboration with Analogue for the Analogue 3D, actually works with all kinds of devices, not the least of which is the Nintendo Switch, both the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, which has me curious. Would this be the best way to play N64 games on Nintendo Switch Online? Well, let's open it up and let's find out. Let's start with the unboxing. This is the white version. It also comes in black. It costs $40. I do hope that they come out with some other colorways down the road. I have the SN30 from 8BitDo. This was the Genki collab, so it has the cool kind of transparent shell. I would love to see that for one of these because that screams N64 era to me. But it is a Bluetooth controller. It has, as you can see, kind of that Pro Controller form factor while still maintaining the C buttons and all the other nonsense that was on the original N64 controller. Whoop, bonk. And there she blows. All right. You know, I don't often go for a white controller, but the fact that it's entirely white is kind of cool. I don't know, would I have preferred yellow C buttons? Before we get into that, it comes with an instruction manual and a USB-C cable. Charging cable, thank God it's USB-C, so it works with everything else that I own. But that's it. That's the entire unboxing. Controller, cable, instructions. My thoughts already. It feels like a Pro Controller. This is... We're going to do a little comparison. We got the Switch 2 Pro controller and the N64 wireless controller from Nintendo. This is their Nintendo Switch Online one. I can't remember what year it came out, a few years ago, but it's exactly an N64 controller. And for fun, let's just have an actual original N64 controller. So it is roughly the same size as the Switch 2 Pro controller. Maybe a little fatter in the actual grips, just slightly. Yeah, I kind of like this one's so good. If you have not watched my video on the Pro controller, it is excellent. Go check that one out. But it's just like a little fatter, which I guess is more in keeping with the N64 controller, but it's comfortable. It feels solid. Definitely feels solid. Buttons feel good. So when it comes to N64 controllers, in case you are unfamiliar with this weirdo form factor, so having come from just the buttons, A, B, X, Y buttons between the original Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, they added the C buttons on the right and they added the joystick on the bottom. Now, I think if I had to guess what they were sitting there thinking, they're coming off of this guy, right? They're coming off of no joysticks, but D-pad on the left, buttons on the right, and they thought, okay, we want to keep that just in case we have all kinds of games. Maybe they don't like the joystick. Maybe they want to stick with D-pad and the buttons. So let's not risk losing the D-pad and buttons on the sides. So let's just throw a third option at the bottom. But I can tell you, I don't think I ever held my N64 controller in any way that wasn't this. For the most part, you're playing it with the middle options and the Z button, but it's a weird controller. It's a weird controller that needed maybe a little more time in the oven to bake. That being said, I love it. I love that it's weird. I love that this is what they came up with, and this is kind of what little baby Brian, learned how to play 3D games on. Picking each of these up. Now, obviously, the original didn't have a battery in it unless you added the Rumble Pack with batteries in that. But this thing is super duper light. Buttons are a little mushy. And the joystick is terrible. Terrible joystick. Famously terrible joystick. But they fixed that to a degree. Still feels like an N64 joystick, but it is improved. It is improved. When they did the wireless one, outside of having built-in rumble and which I believe it has built-in rumble, pretty sure it has built-in rumble, but outside of built-in rumble and being wireless, this is a pretty faithful adaptation of the Nintendo 64 controller. This is not at all a faithful adaptation of the N64 controller. For one thing, it has a Hall effects joystick. In comparison to the N64 one, you feel like you're fighting the N64 joystick. That's smooth, smooth. Okay, yeah. So that's Hall effect, which even Nintendo didn't do Hall effect on their Pro controller. 8BitDo does it on their other stuff. The D-pad. Just, oh, God, it's so mushy. It's so terrible. Controllers have come a long way. Have come a long way over the years. So, okay, so the D-pad feels good. I like it. And the AB buttons, the AB buttons are actually probably the closest. Oh, and the C buttons. The AB and the C buttons all feel the absolute closest to the original. Yeah. They don't feel like... Oh, interesting. So they don't feel at all like the Pro controller. The AB buttons don't feel like the face buttons on the Pro controller. C buttons as well. They really, truly do feel... Yeah, they feel great. They feel like N64. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. I love that the start button is the big, huge middle start button. You know, they still have the other Switch ones up here, but boy, having that right there in the middle, you need it. You need to have that. Bam, you gotta hit start. Oh, so both of the triggers are Z. Interesting. Because obviously there's only one Z on the N64. So you're sitting there holding R and you're able to push Z. You got to pop up here to hit L. But to maintain cohesive balance, they gave you, hide my face, whoop, they gave you 2 Z buttons. I think that's smart. I like that. I think that's a good solution. They feel great. Trigger buttons feel really great. They don't feel anything. Yeah, they don't feel anything like the old N64 controllers. And I think that's fine. I think that's fine. You want good, oh, and I like that. It's got a little curve up to it for the Z. Ooh, that feels good. It's got more curve than the Pro controller. Do I dare say I like this better than the Pro controller? No. Pro controller's better. But that being said, I like it. Build quality's great. Feels really good in the hand. It's super comfortable. It's much more comfortable than the N64 controller. No back paddles, which is fine. It has a gamer mode switch on the back. SD, I don't know. I don't know what that's for, but we'll find out. Okay, yeah. I think comparing these, it fits in your hand, feels as good as the Pro controller. Pro controller just slightly edges it out in terms of premium feel. This Pro controller is just so good. This is one of the best controllers I've ever owned. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. The more I play with it, the more I love it. The N64 controller has all the nostalgia. It's amazing, and age is probably a factor as well with the buttons, certainly with a joystick. It is a little crispy, my original N64 controller, but these two feel like they were made by the same company. No question, these feel like just a wireless version of this guy, with some improvements over time, but if you told me that this is exactly how the original felt, I'd believe it. I'd believe it. But this, great shoulder buttons, great joystick. Oh, that's a great joystick. D-pad is okay. It's okay. D-pad is about the same as the N64 controller, and then those face buttons, B, A, and the C buttons, feel great. That joystick, wow, that joystick's good. Ooh. Okay, highlight of the controller, joystick. Do I have to worry about it being white? Is it going to fade in time? It may. It may. I just chose white because, you know, I've got so many other black controllers that I wanted it to stand out, one, so I don't lose it, and two, yeah, so it feels a little different. So that's good. I did not go for the white Analogue 3D because I don't want that yellowing or aging over time. Who knows what will happen to it. So that one I stuck with the classic black. I kind of slightly regret that. We'll see. We'll see when I have it in person if I like it in black. So yeah, so this is great. The build quality is good. I love the feel. I love the buttons. Let's try it out in action. All right, so when you get your 8BitDo 64 Bluetooth controller, go to their support page, 8BitDo, support.8bitdo.com. Scroll down to Bluetooth controllers, click on the N64 one. Firmware Updater brings you to this page, and this page is where you can download. I'm Windows 10 and above. Soon there won't be any 10 anymore. I'm in V2 of the installer, and let's see. I'm going to switch it to D just because it says it has to be in D to play on Windows. I would imagine that means it needs to be in D to be connected to the PC at all. Right away connected. Update, Bluetooth, yeah. Let's update. Current version update complete. Okay, update complete. Done. Unplug this. Now let's see. Now let's see if I switch it to the S. Boom. It connected. Oh my goodness, it connected. Wow, okay, and that's so funny. So it thinks it's this. Connect. Look at that. Whoa, I like that a lot, actually. Okay, so to the Switch, these are the same. Okay, let's go into a game. What would be a good one? We'll try each of them. Let's try Super Mario 64. All right, let's hit A and B. All right, woo. All right, this feels good. Yeah, feels real good. C buttons work, C buttons out, C buttons over. Whoop, whoop. Feels good. Here we go. Zoobidoo-doo-ba-doo-doo. I mean, it feels great. Feels great. Boom, precision. Precision. Yeah, this feels good. Now here's genuinely something I've always struggled with. Let's come around here. Yeah, don't hit me. I am a Mario. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Bruh. Whoa! Oh, we got it. Well, I jumped right on it. Is that a problem? Let's try. Okay, he's gonna get me. Now, it says that there's metal in the actual joystick housing here, so that it lasts longer, which I appreciate because I would want to play this controller. And oh, missed it. Missed it. Nailed it. I mean, let's swap over. Turn on this guy. And I just want to see how this feels in comparison. Okay. Yeah. Wow, okay. The joystick. The joystick's kind of terrible. Wow. Wow. The difference is palpable. Boy, I love nostalgia. I love playing retro systems, but controllers have come so far. Yeah, that joystick's so much worse. Let's try something else. I gotta say, my favorite thing that they did was maintain the start button. Is the exact same form factor. I would say my second favorite thing they did was improve the joystick. And it just is more comfortable to hold. I mean, we gotta go with Goldeneye. All right. Oh, goodness gracious, I'm shooting. I'm shooting already. Beep, beep, boom. Ooh, these controls are terrible, I forgot. Can I just try to shoot a guy? Can I get used to it? Pew. Oh, jeez. Pew, pew. Nope, the same. Let's change weapon. Let's angle up. Let's angle up. I feel like I am trying to land a space shuttle here. Do. Oh no, you did. You crouched. How do? Whoa. Precision. He's so happy. You know what? Actually, I want to try. Oh, bonk. Ooh, Z targeting. Z targeting feels so good on this controller. Okay, yeah. No, I like it. Yeah, I could play this whole game on this controller. For sure. And I wouldn't feel like I'm missing out. It actually feels like it feels very natural compared to the N64 controller. Like I don't feel like I'm not like this isn't Zelda. Yeah. Let's try a D-pad game. Ooh, oh wait, I'm not using the D-pad. Okay. I mean, we're missing I feel slightly mushy. I would not say this is my favorite D-pad I've ever used, but it's fine. Will it let me play Bananza? I guess it's as limited as the N64 controller is. I mean, oh, we can, whoa! Wow, it just turns the C buttons into a joystick. That is so funny. But what am I missing? I'm missing X and Y. I mean, that's pretty bad to miss X and Y. But, I mean, for being an incomplete controller, it plays, I feel like I'm playing with a Pro controller outside of missing the buttons and having C buttons instead of a joystick. Spinning away. Okay. I don't know what this proves other than it feels good like a Pro controller. So there you go. I think that's everything I'd want to test. All right, so that's the 8BitDo 64 Bluetooth controller for the Analogue 3D, but also for the Switch on Switch Online. It is great. Genuinely a great controller. It feels like the Pro controller. It handles like the Pro controller, but the C buttons AB are in keeping with the Nintendo 64 controller, which is what you want. The things you want to keep are those right there. The things you don't want to keep. So the Hall Effect joystick with its metal casing to stop it from wearing down over time. Hall Effect, for those who are unfamiliar, it's complicated. It's complicated, but the idea is that a Hall effect joystick avoids stick drift and should theoretically last a longer time. So this controller should last me as long as my old N64 controller did. It's going to be the battery that gives out probably before anything else. But between these two, it is nice to have the nostalgia factor when playing N64 on the Nintendo Switch Online. I love having this. I love looking at it. I keep it on my little shelf behind me. But if I was to play through a full game, if I was to go back and play Ocarina of Time again, and Majora's Mask again, and Mario 64 again, all the things, I think I'd rather do this. Not what I thought. I thought I would like this more because of the nostalgia factor, but it purely the joystick. The joystick's so much better. The joystick is so much better on this one than this or the original N64. Also, comfort factor is high. This one just feels better in the hand. It's, you know, it's a modern controller design. It's going to feel like any of your Pro controllers or PlayStation or Xbox. This feels really good. This feels really good in the hand. It's got a good weight to it. The buttons feel great. The joystick's amazing. I will definitely play my Analogue 3D with this thing because this isn't going to be available for the Analogue 3D, I don't think. I don't think it'll be able to connect to it unless somehow the Bluetooth works for that as well. I don't know. Certainly the Pro controller for my Switch 2 won't work with it. So this is great. I think if you're going to get the Analogue 3D, you definitely need to get one of these. And if you're not getting the Analogue 3D and you love to play your N64 games on your Switch, I think you should get this. I think this is great. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper than this. This one is $55, and this one's only $40. So get yourself the 8BitDo Analogue collabed 64 Bluetooth controller. I'll put the Amazon link in the description below. It'll be an affiliate link, so if you do use it, I may get a commission, which would really help me out a ton, so I'd appreciate if you do use that. But what do you think? Do you think that the modern form factor with better joystick is better than the OG quirky weirdo controller? Or do you think, sorry, newfangled everything, this is where it's at? The only way to play the N64 is with an N64 controller. I would have thought this. I would have said that this was the only way to play them, but boy, that is one compelling controller. Let me know in the comments below if you think you would get yourself one of these 8BitDo. Also, let me know if you're waiting on the Analogue 3D. I hopefully will get it this year. We'll see. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider following me on Instagram to be notified whenever a new video goes live. And if you are still here, thank you so much for watching. That'll do it for this one. Until next time, peace.